Done. Done.
Hi guys, I welcome you all to Civilsdaily News Streak, 23rd December. So before I start the session, all I want you to just having that enthusiasm of reading a newspaper. See, there's a very good quote in Gita, Shraddhaman lavate jnanam, that innocence in you will fetch you the knowledge. And the innocence always having that enthusiasm. He's not devoid. He's not feel कि oh shit आज भी न्यूज़पेपर, आज भी वही पुराने वही सारी न्यूज़ फिर से पढ़नी, आज भी पढ़नी पड़ेगी, आज सैटरडे है. No, ये आता है. It's very normal. Whenever we read newspaper, this kind of attitude came कि आज भी न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ना पड़ेगा और कितना टाइम न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ना पड़ेगा, है ना? बट वी नीड टू नर्चर दैट कि वी यस आज भी न्यूज़पेपर है और हमें आज कुछ अलग कुछ देखने को मिलेगा, कुछ नया एंगल देखने को मिलेगा. Am I right? Great. So guys, we'll start our session, but before starting all I want to tell you is today we have very light news. Like we don't have a very much bigger news like yesterday. We have covered lot of bigger news like telecom bill, your criminal law reform, your appointment of CES, then your 8 different news. Basically, I find that the Hindu or the Indian Express is become light at the end of the weekend because the readability decreases by the weekend. So today we have very less news and we take the advantage of that. What is that advantage we'll take? The advantage is that we will revise our last few whole week topics. We will revise all the topics. Okay. Hi Gopi. Hi Tejas. How are you all? कैसे हो? कैसा क्या चल रहा है सबका? बढ़िया. गुड मॉर्निंग गाइस, कैसे हैं आप सब? So let's start our session. In today's session we have these 5 points, or I'll say the 5 topics, and these topics, you will see these topics are very much, I say some topics are very cheesy, like when I say I'm covering the gift means a Gujarat International financial city, basically we told. So we are discussing it because Gujarat has permit the liquor, but we are not looking at these provisions. If Gujarat is permitting the liquor or something like that, why we are covering this? While covering these kind of news, we'll able to find the small details of something which is very important. Good morning, Pranjali. Guys, do you know why only Arjuna? Why only Arjun got the supreme knowledge of Gita? Why? Anybody know? Do you want to know why Arjuna only? We have Karna, very good person, as a very good seeker. Yudhishthir, Bhim, there were a lot of warriors. Why Arjuna? Do you want to know? Just said yes on the chat box. Let me see. Who wanted to know? See, Arjuna, yes, sharp focus is one of the thing. Another is the major thing. Why only Krishna gives knowledge to the Arjuna? Because Arjuna sees only good things in other person. He never sees the bad things. So we also sometimes use this phenomena whenever this creepy news came which do not have any relevance, but we'll still find the best part of that news. Likewise, today's you don't find a news which is very interesting. I'm telling you there are 5 news I'm covering because today we don't have a much news or those articles. Whatever the articles we have, they are not that much relevant to the UPSC. Still, we are covering 5 news because of the small things the news are giving to us. And that's how we have to see the news. We have to see the best part of the news. Okay, let's start with the first topic. And I'll come to this news streak. Okay, after this topic, I'll come to this news streak. What is this news streak? So the topic is very simple. Is topic mein government is saying that that IMF has told. देखो IMF की reports होती हैं. IMF give lot of economic outlook report where they told कि how your financial structure will, how your financial position will be look at after some time. Then but they are saying the government is saying that okay, IMF has done this on the basis of the scenario around it. It is not that this will happen. Simple. But IMF said that the only problem with the Indian government is public debt. Yesterday we have discussed one article, I think 2 days back, about the IMF. How what IMF perceive of India. IMF saying in India everything is going very well, and he's saying that our growth will be 6.8 percentage. It will increase by 6.8 percentage. We have a good financial system. We have a resilient economy, but still our public debt is increasing. The point here IMF is saying if our keep increasing our fiscal deficit, or we'll say debt, by borrowing, they're saying by 2017 or 2027 and 28, our debt will become the 100% of our GDP, which is very dangerous. Very dangerous, because that 100% will account for the interest payment as well, and it will create lot of inflation in the market, and there are a lot of issues related to that, whether it is foreign reserve, whether it is infrastructure, employment. That is a whole new different topic, that the bad impact of fiscal deficit, and specifically to a revenue deficit, if you guys know, if you have know the economics. So these are the things IMF saying this can be increases if we will not take any measures. So here the news was only giving the cautious approach to the government, that okay, you should reduce your debt. So then let's understand the basics of debt. Basically, there are two type of debts. Okay, we have budgetary debts and non-budgetary debts. Okay, in budgetary you have revenue deficit and capital deficit. Revenue deficit, when your revenue expenditure is more than your revenue income. That means your expenditure of revenue maintaining the government is more. You are not creating any assets and liability. Okay, guys, I'm assuming that you have some information about this. What is the assets? What is liabilities? What is your revenue? What is your capital? I'm assuming it. If you don't know, write down on the chat box, sir. I don't know. I will tell you. Hi, Priyanshi. Then, what is non-budgetary? This is all extra budgetary borrowings. Right now, India's fiscal deficit is 6.4%. Okay, but our borrowings is around 38% of our GDP. So we are already at a rate of 38%. IMF said it will lead to the 100% by 2027. This borrowing include both budgetary only. Non-budgetary don't come in this 38%. This it goes out of the 38%, which is again, if I'll add this, it will go around 40% of the GDP. So already our debt, the money we have taken, is already 40%. So that means we have to do something in the future. It will not go much. And let's talk about that prelims part. As I told you, these articles won't give you a bigger picture. Yes, it has given us the economy deterrence, what we have to do. But let's talk about the other part of this topic is IMF. What is IMF? Why IMF, and how IMF is helping? Sorry. how IMF is helping to, for every nations to regulate their reserves, to regulate their inflation, to regulate their economy. So basically, IMF was established after the Bretton Woods Convention. Now, let me just tell me on the chat, what are the other sister organization of IMF which also established at the same time under the Britain's Wood? And Britain's Wood, happened because of the World War, and because of the World War, there was lot of chaos, lot of loss happened, and there was all the financial structure of the market was down. And to revive that financial structure again, they come up with this program, or you can say the Convention of Britain's Wood, and under that, the two institutions has been established. One is IMF, and another one is, comment on the chat box. What are the other institute of Britain's Wood? Very basic question, guys. Okay, you just chat पे लिखिए आप. I won't tell you. Then, the headquarter is it in right now at Washington DC, right? It started with the 188 countries. Now it is at 194 countries. Is a member of this organization. What it publish and under which publication this remark has been given. Basically, there's two publication: Economic Outlook. There's one more report which is similar to this, Economic Prospectus, which is again released by its sister institution. I have to name that. Then it is in the Washington DC. Both institutes are in Washington DC. So again, that's its institutions. Now, the other report is Global Financial Stability Report. Here in this report, it majorly talk about your balance of payment, and that's why we'll discuss its objective. The objective is mainly to basically to cooperate the monetary cooperation between the organizations. The monetary, basically the money supply, the supply of your dollars, the supply of your own currencies, regulated by the, or basically ensured by the IMF. Second, expansion and balanced growth. IMF want you to have the good growth, but the sister organization of IMF is want you to have the development. So whenever that term came in your development related topics, always remember the other organization of IMF, not IMF, the sister organization of IMF is responsible for that. But IMF only see your growth numbers, money, stats. Then we have this exchange stability, BOP. BOP is nothing but the balance of payment, your foreign reserves. This is how what IMF do, and for that IMF do lot of stuff. That means it give you the SDR, special drawing rights. It's help you to get the loan. It's give you some. It's have the reverse strength for you. It's have the giving loan to you, like given in the case of Sri Lanka, Pakistan, lot of things. But do you get all this thing irrespective of your membership? No. अगर जहां पर बात पैसों की आती है, वहां चीजें पैसों से की जाती है. यहां पर भी सेम बात हुई. आपकी जो वहां पर वोटिंग राइट्स होंगी, जो आप डिसीजंस लेंगे, जो आप वहां से विड्रॉ कर सकते हैं, वो डिपेंड करता है आप कितना कंट्रीब्यूट करते हैं. द कोट, द सब्सक्रिप्शन of the member in the capital fund. For example, you are donating around 5,000 or 10% in the capital fund. So now you have the rights of taking out the 10%. Okay, loan you can take. That's a different thing. But the drawing rights from that IMF will be your 10%. Then what is this that determine? As I already told you, it will determine your drawing rights plus voting power, your vote values. That's why, which country has the highest voting power in the IMF? Which country has the highest? Now, yes, nice as well. Now, you have to tell me which country has the highest. We don't have a whole day, guys. So, which USA has the highest voting power because nice, Gopi. USA contribute. I'm really sorry, guys. I know that whenever I ask the question, it has a delay because I ask first in the like we have a Zoom session, then it's connected to the YouTube. So I ask the question and then you have to reply. So I have to wait, and then that pause came. I'm really sorry for that, but this is the delay. Soon we might meet more in the classes, so we'll able to understand these. Bidenji, yes, so Bidenji is having the more voting right. That's why all of these small countries want USA to be happy because at the end USA will take a decision and you will get a loan in the from the IMF easily. Okay, now your quote depend. How much you will give is also depend on your GDP. ऐसा नहीं है कि आपको कराने के लिए आपको कोई भी आपको कोट दे देगा नहीं आपकी जीडीपी पे your openness, your international variability. That means how much economy you have, how much trade you do. Okay, then your reserves, how much foreign reserves you have. So everything has a weight. So it's a weighted average. 50% of your GDP. Remember, guys, these thing can become in your prelims because UPSC ask about the reverse trench. UPSC ask about the SDR. There's not a far thing when UPSC will ask you about this quote system as well of IMF. Okay, so do remember the quote of this IMF. Yeah. So now USA, as I told you, USA have the 85% of the voting power. That means USA contribute 85%, right? That's why he got this much of this. Then 20% of your country's quote is contributed in the form of SDR or foreign exchange, and 75% in your own currency. Whatever you contribute, it will contribute in this way. So 25% will be SDR, and then we have the foreign currency. Now everybody wants to know the SDR. Everybody is confused about the SDR. We will definitely gonna discuss this SDR. Let the more news came about the SDR. Okay. And that day we will discuss in with all the length and breadth of the SDR कि वो होता क्या है क्योंकि अभी डिस्कस करेंगे फिर वापस डिस्कस करेंगे और टाइम खराब होता है. This is the IMF thing has been done. Now, what is the next thing? The next is the scheme. Now, before I move to the scheme, you must be thinking, sir, ये एक scheme है, कितनी schemes और होंगी और कितना होगा? I'll tell you in this doubt or this to make sure you have the consistency, we have this new streak. Gopi has this. Gopi को मैंने कल ही share करा है क्योंकि Gopi is connected with me through my Telegram channel. You guys can also connect it with through my Telegram channel. It is Civilsdaily with Jatin Gulati. Or you can ask any Civilsdaily person to give my Telegram channel name to you. So where we will I will share this everyday PDF. You will get everyday PDF plus these this Excel. In this Excel you will find lot of topics which are more important to the prelims. For example, from last 4 days we have done it. Last 4 days we have done it in the newspaper. So I have made it like till now on 22nd December we have done 3 acts like CEC appointment, your telecom, your cyber or your criminal law reforms or act. Okay. Then we have done the national parks, 3 national parks. We have done 2 schemes. Almost we have done the 3 schemes. Now, how it gonna help you? For example, after the month you wanted to complete your schemes, so you will just look at this uh, uh, basically framework. You will go to the Excel and click onto the scheme. Here you will find a hyperlink. You click on the hyperlink, you will find the links of those schemes which we have covered. So you will able to cover whole month scheme in a one day itself, and this will help you to have the consistency. Okay, so do join with me on a Civils Daily with Jatin Gulati Telegram. Okay, now let's move to this very small topic about डिवाइन स्कीम. व्हाट इज इट डिवाइन स्कीम? नाम से लगता है अगर ये एग्जाम में आएगा तो लगेगा किसी रिलीजियस स्कीम के लिए है या फिर किसी भगवान के लिए स्कीम है या फिर किसी मॉन्यूमेंट के लिए स्कीम है या फिर किसी पिलग्रिमेज के लिए स्कीम है. बट नो, इट इज स्कीम फॉर द नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न स्टेट्स. So what is this eastern states? Why we have a different altogether scheme for the northeastern states? See, I'll just give you the hint. देखो यहाँ पर ना लिंकेज होना ना बहुत जरूरी होता है, इसलिए मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ कि जब हम आजाद हुए ना 1947 में, we got independence, whole India got independence, but at the same time Nehru wants that the tribal, the northeastern states will have their own aboriginal characteristics remain, that they will not be assimilate with the culture of the other country, or they lose their own rights. So they having this called tribal Panchsheel. In one more area we have Panchsheel. Write down the area in the chat box. In which area we have a Panchsheel agreement? Have you listened to this word Panchsheel agreement? If you have, just chat box में आप लिखिए कहां पर, कौन से सेक्टर में है ये पंचशील एग्रीमेंट. थोड़ा सा तो लिंक बनता है ना. देखो मैं ऐसे ही नहीं किसी चीज को देता, मैं थोड़ा लिंक दूंगा फिर बताऊंगा ये क्यों किया. गोपी जी, जायसवाल, प्रियांशु, प्रांजल, Tejas, nice Gopi. It is in IR. It is India's punctual policy with the China, which we have mutual exclusiveness, peaceful coherence. All such tabs were there in under this, है ना? So same same principle was applied in tribal punchil, where we exclude the tribals, where we have mutually understand, mutually exclusive, that we will not interfere till the time they don't want. This is the time the Nehru ji has given to the India. Okay, let's save them. But because of that, though we have saved their identity, but they have lose the development. And that development has percolate into the forms of right now what is happening in the northeast, whether it is Mizoram National Force, whether it is right now the fight between plain tribals and the hilly tribals, whether it is Manipur, whether it is Nagaland forces, whether it is Bodoland autonomous region forces, whether it is Assam forces. There are lot of chaos is happening because of the underdevelopment happened, and because of that underdevelopment, in the Indian government in 2015 realized that we should have a separate ministry or separate department to take care of the northeastern states, and under that we have created the department and ministry for the Ministry of Northeastern States to tackle all the infrastructure issues. And for that infrastructure issues, we come up with this scheme called Divine Scheme. Okay, now what is the problem right now? They are saying हम तो Divine Scheme के अंतर्गत आपको पैसा दे रहे हैं नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न स्टेट्स के लिए. guys, just name them all the northeastern states. Let me see आप कौन सा स्टेट मिस करने वाले हो. Just write down on the chat box. फटाफट. There are 7 sisters. Not 6, 7. Okay. Till the time I will continue with the news. So basically they are saying we are giving you the money. Why are you not utilizing that money? We already have given you the money. But now they are saying because of the conflict. Manipur CM said that because of the conflict, I am not able to give you the report. The infrastructure was not able to proposal was not able to complete it. The infrastructure was not able to create it. So where the problem came, where the problem came, you are not utilizing the resources. This is a simple problem. Okay. And now the scheme is aimed for the holistically development of the Northeast India only. Okay. Now let's move why we have called this scheme very important, because it is a center sector scheme. Here government is giving the 100% assistance, that Northeast states do not have to give even a nice. Amod has very nicely written the Sikkim. Most of the people forget the Sikkim, but Sikkim is important to be considered here. Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Mizoram, Nagaland, Tripura, Meghalaya. Very good. Yes. And Manipur. 7 sisters. Very nice, guys. Very nice. So this is the problem. Okay. Now now they are saying, now whenever your questions in internal security also came, now you guys should give in the suggestions that we have a scheme like PM Divine. That means Pradhan Mantri Development in the Northeastern states. Okay, so this is the scheme which actually help the development of the Northeast area, might help in your resolve all the conflicts. Understood? This is how we have used the prelims in the mains. This is how we should make your conclusions or suggestions. This is a 100% sector scheme. There's two type of scheme: center sector scheme and center. What is that other scheme called? Name as center sector and center. Fatafat, guys. Fatafat, fatafat, fatafat. You don't have a whole day. Nice, Jaswal. Nice, as Jaswal. Now, this is called center sponsored scheme. Let me see who has written this. Center sponsored scheme. So center sponsored में percentage decide होता है 60-40. Depends upon the hilly area. It can be 90-10. Center sector scheme is wholly by the center. State won't contribute. Nice. So here 100% is given by the center. Why center? When the center give the 100%, when center want it to percolate from the direct Ministry of Finance itself. Okay. Here the implementation agency is the Ministry of Development of Northeastern region, that was come after 2015 only. Remember, it was not there. In 2015, they feel that we should have this kind of ministry. And then there's one more ministry who came in 2015. There's a Ministry of Skill Development. Okay, remember this, guys. Yes, Amod. Very nice, Amod. Very nice. Yes, this is the way we have to link. Now, fund infra project, social development project, youth and women. Remember this. अब आपको लगेगा डिवाइन स्कीम है तो उसमें यूथ एंड वुमेन एम्पावरमेंट के बारे में क्यों आ गया, बट दिस इज हाउ दे आर कवरिंग दिस अंडर दिस आल्सो. इफ project is saying that will increase the youth empowerment or women empowerment, that will can become under the divine scheme as well. Now you will ask me, sir, this the number is important, how much crore, how much giving to the Manipur. No, this is not at all important. Do not focus upon this. Okay. Now this is, let's discuss this another topic. देखो, क्या कुछ भी हो, है ना, ये आपको मानना पड़ेगा कि जब आपको लोगों को अट्रैक्ट करना होता है तो आपको बिजनेस में ये भी करना. देखो, पहले तो ये बिजनेस में ना, पहले के जमाने में मूवीज में ही होता था, किसी को बिजनेस पार्टनर बना रहे हैं तो उसको ऐसे शराब पिला रहे हैं या फिर कुछ ऐसे इलिसिट आपको देने पड़ रहे हैं चीजें जिसकी वजह से लोग आए. सी, गुजरात विल परमिट लिकर कंजम्पशन. अब यहाँ पर एक एथिकल का इशू आता है, एथिक्स का इशू आता है, बिजनेस एथिक्स. ओके, सो यहाँ पर प्रोफेशनल एथिक्स जैसी चीजें का भी इशू आता है कि एक गवर्नमेंट लेकर दे रही है, पर हमारा ये पॉइंट नहीं है. जैसे मैंने बोला कि वी हैव टू बिकम द अर्जुना, we have to become the Arjun, we have to find the best thing from that worst as well. So that this is the news is worst, all this news was not that good, but we have able to find the development, and this is how we will find the importance of gift. See, gift is become that much important. A dry state in India is giving the financial attraction to the gift reason. How many states in India are dry states? Can you name them? गोवा मत लिख देना बस, बाकी सब ठीक है. Just name the dry city of dry states of India. This was also in news for two reasons. Gift was also is in news because two reasons. That's why I'm covering this. Last year, first time bullion exchange started. I will tell you what is bullion exchange in the next slide. Bullion exchange started. Bullion exchange is basically the exchange of gold and silver at that level of financial transaction level. And also we have started through the gift. In the gift, we have the international this International Financial Service Center Authority. Now we can also also invest in the other shares, other countries' shares as well through the gift. Okay, directly through the gift as well. Otherwise, you have to go indirect method of investing in other countries. Now, this was happened in I think August or September this year happened. That they have opened the gift has start listing the international companies as well to start investing there. So other than Adani, वहां भी invest कर दो. वहां से भी गूगल भी जैसे अदानी जैसे बढ़ता है इलॉन मस्क जैसे बढ़ता है वैसे ही बढ़ रहे हैं. ठीक है ना. तो हमने आपके लिए यहाँ पर ये मतलब इन्वेस्टमेंट स्टार्ट करी है इंटरनेशनल. दैट्स व्हाई इट इज ऑन न्यूज़. दैट्स व्हाई वी आर कवरिंग दिस आल्सो राइट नाउ एंड नॉट बिकॉज ऑफ दे आर गिविंग दी this liquor. Okay. So what is the dry? What are the other dry states? Bihar, Gujarat, one more. Nice. Amod, very nice. Value, flexibility, and value. I remember somebody asked this me. Amod, you were there, kya? At that time, you asked me the same thing. I remember you in the class asked me this about value, flexibility, and value relativism, and then we discussed about this. Bihar. There's one more. There's one more, guys. Nagaland is also a dry state. Okay, remember this. Not that good, but not that important. But yes, it can be coming in your exam. Now let's move to the about the gift. So basically, gift is in the right now in a Gandhi Nagar, which is in Gujarat. Simple things we'll understand first. It is in Gujarat. That's why gift name came from there. Okay, it has the international financial center, which we known as financial service centers authority. Okay. Plus, it is a multi-service SEZ. What is the benefit of SEZ, guys? And this can become in your prelims. The benefits of SEZ. What kind of benefits SEZ got? What is SEZ basically? It's special economic zone. Special economic zones. And this is the India's first, guys. This is the first time India's happened. And it also has an exclusive domestic tariff area. That means here the tariffs are different. Tariff area. Great. This is the importance of this gift city. And as I told you, the gift has already started the bullion exchange last year. Okay. Here you will find everything. School, medicine, medical halls, hospitals, everything will be you will find in that city only, where basically here what you find that city in itself feel like you are in a foreign country, because everything will be given for this under this the services, the financial services, whether it is accounting services, whether it is your investing, shares investing, and whatever you can do from that center itself, and that whole area will known as a gift. Okay, which is the part of International Financial Service Authority. Okay, सिंपल है, ज्यादा कुछ था नहीं इसके अंदर, बस एक टॉपिक था समझने के लिए. Yes, export duty exemptions, even your stamp duty exemptions, where you have import and custom duties, basically हम जो बोलते हैं relief, the tax relief you got here. Lot of stuffs happen. Nice. Okay, this is a simple. We have discussed this. Now let's come to this another topic of Gujarat. Not. We have done the Gujarat. Now Gujarat से बाहर आते हैं, हो गया बहुत dry state. Let's come to the Supreme Court again. Supreme Court ने कहा कि आने वाले टाइम में, like within 2024, we're likely to have more benches, 7 judge benches. Usually we have a 5 judge benches or 2 judge benches or 3 judge benches. Now we'll have the 7 judge benches. What is this 7 judge bench? And now why government now Supreme Court has said, Supreme Court has said because of the new type of law new type of laws, new type of topic is coming related to the money bill, classification of scheduled caste, your interplay between the breach of privileges by legislature and citizen, fundamental rights, where speaker do the disqualification petition under 10th schedule. They are saying lot of this is not that important कि आप जजमेंट देखो कि इनके जजमेंट में वो आएंगे या फिर कौन सी जजमेंट इंपॉर्टेंट हो चुकी है। जानना जरूरी है कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट के बेंच कौन से होते हैं, कितने होते हैं और किस तरीके से एक और डिबेट है बेंच को लेकर, हम उसके बारे में बात करेंगे। सो बेसिकली आप देखेंगे सुप्रीम कोर्ट का दो बेंच होते हैं जो आपका 1980s में ये डिफाइन हुआ था, डिफाइंड एक्चुअली बाय द 1984 10th लॉ कमीशन। It is not in the constitution, guys. Remember, if in prelims your question came, is constitutional bench defined? The distribution between the constitution bench has been defined in the constitution? No. That regarding the bench, it has been described, but not the distribution. So basically, in 1984, there's a 10th Law Commission came where they told that India Supreme Court should have two at least divisions. One is called division bench, another is called constitutional bench. What is just divisional bench? Where only two to maximum of 3 judges can be come together. Okay. Now there is no provisions of 4. This can 2 or 3. And in constitutional bench, it should be minimum of 5 and more than 5. So basically, even the 7 judge bench will be known as a constitutional bench. Okay. Now, under which article they ask this? They are under Article 143, subclause 3. Under Article 143, basically, President has the authority to decide upon the bench of the Supreme Court. So, President decide where, in consultation with the CGI, where you have to have where you can have your bench. Right now, it is in Delhi. It is only in Delhi. But it can be in different states. That's why this was in the news, because right now they have 3.5 crore case pending overall judiciary. In Supreme Court, we have 65,000 cases pending to 70,000 cases pending. So they were saying, why don't we have a Supreme Court benches in major metropolitan cities like Delhi, Maharashtra, Kolkata, Bangalore, Karnataka? Because it will help to relieve the burden on the Supreme Court. But still, it is in the controversy, in the dispute, and in the debatable topic why we can't do that. Other than this, we had this debate upon permanent constitutional bench, that they are saying that we should have at least one permanent. It should not be change, or it should remain always. Okay, that means there should be always 5 person bench should be there. But अभी क्या होता है, सिर्फ एडहॉक, बस कुछ अभी क्या उन्होंने क्या बोला 2024 में हम बढ़ा देंगे, मतलब अभी तो जैसे नहीं हो रहा ना, तो 2024 में हम बढ़ाएंगे। उसके हिसाब से इन्होंने बोला कि अभी सिर्फ कुछ कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक्स में होता है, सब में नहीं होता। पर ये कह रहे हैं कि एक परमानेंट कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन बेंच लेकर आ जाओ, कि हमेशा ही आपके पास एक तो बेंच हमेशा हो जो आपका महत्वपूर्ण केसेस सुन रहा है। ठीक है, 5 और 5 से ऊपर का परमानेंट कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल बेंच बना दो। पर अभी नहीं है, अभी एडहॉक बेसिस पे होता है, मर्जी के बेसिस पे। सीजीआई बोलेगा खोल देते हैं, सीजीआई मना करता है नहीं होगा तो नहीं होता है, तो ये डिपेंड करता है। तो वो कह रहे हैं कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल बेंच बना दो। दिस इज ऑल्सो इन दी न्यूज फॉर अ वेरी लॉन्ग टाइम। ठीक है, कि ये करें या ना करें। तो दैट्स व्हाई आई हैव टॉक अबाउट 2 controversies. One is about permanent constitutional bench and different bench of Supreme Court along the different areas, okay, or region of our country. Okay, got it. And remember this article 145, it is not 140, it is 145, sorry, 145 subclause 3. Other than this, where they have talked about the 5, okay, this is the only article they have talked about the 5 number came. Done. Great. Now let's move to the last topic of our today's, but we revise the last 4 days topic, guys. So please stay with me. As I told you, today is a light day. Yesterday was a very heavy day. Yesterday we have discussed 11 topics. So why we should not revise that? Okay. This is how we will do every Saturday. those who will be with me will definitely discuss all those last week topic together. Like just go through that. We'll not discuss in that way. Like discussing right now with the linkages. We'll only go with the be a bit of reference. That's it. Now let's move to the last topic. The last topic is saying about your crutch system. Now, what is that crutch and why we need it? See, as the urbanization is growing, working woman phenomena is increasing. Now, working woman has, people say they have twin burden. I say they have it, but there are people who say they have triple burden. What are triple burden? Have you talked? Have you listened? Have you ever know this term? What is triple burden? Just write down on the chat box. What is triple burden? Yeah. Yes, yes. 143, President seek the advice. Yes, you were right. And 145, it was a President clause. Nice, Samod. Triple burden. And yes, sometimes if I'll make a mistake, because it can be possible, because I'm a normal human being like you guys. So I can make a mistake. Even I have that video pressure is somebody shooting. I'm coming on live YouTube. In that case, also, the people is tend to make a mistakes. But whenever I mistake, I definitely correct it. Even after 1 or 2 days, if I have understood, oh shit, I have given the wrong facts or I have given the wrong information, I will correct that. Okay, I don't have any shame of accepting that at all. Smart. Okay, great, Amod. But I wanted to know what is the triple burden. Okay, I'll tell you. The woman has a triple burden. One of his family, okay, taking care of their babies or their families. Then the office, and then their own, or I'll say society, relatives. The woman is burdened by lot of stuff. We still accept, not sorry, expect a lot of things from the woman. If even woman is working, we still expect woman to be come and make a rotis for us, make a chapatis for us. Even we know that woman is contributing in the same amount what you are earning, but still we consider कपड़े तो woman धोएगी, खाना तो वही बनाएगी, हमें तो रोटी बनाना आता ही नहीं है. Now all such things. That's why, and because of that data, government is saying the woman participation in the labor force has increased to 37% in 2022. Basically, majorly from the urban side, no. It is also from the rural side as well, because feminization of agriculture is too much in the agriculture sector, agriculture areas as well, region as well. So 37% has come into the workforce, and this will only increase. Okay, till the time will not is at least 50% or 40%. Okay, so right now, how we can reduce that burden of family, of babies, by having this scheme called National Crutch Scheme. No, 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 Amod. I was generally saying this. I know you personally. I was generally saying this like this only. Ki you guys don't have an, even don't take attention. Okay. So basically, let's talk about this scheme. How this scheme now, government is saying will increase the capacity of the our crutch in India under this scheme called Palan. Okay, actually this scheme, sorry, actually this scheme known as a national crutch scheme earlier, but it renamed as a Palan scheme under the uh, bigger project called or mission called Mission Shakti. Under that, we have this sub scheme called uh, Samarthya. So it is like we have Mission Shakti, then we have uh, sub scheme we have Samarthya. Samarth, and then under that we have National Crutch Scheme. समर्थ बना रहे ना हम औरतों को, ताकि वो अपनी जॉब ना छोड़े. और ये टॉपिक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. पता है क्यों? आपने शायद सोचा नहीं होगा ये टॉपिक क्यों इतना इंपॉर्टेंट है, ये क्रच वाला. आई टेल यू, बिकॉज द विनर ऑफ दिस ईयर नोबेल प्राइज, द नेम ऑफ दैट लेडी इज सम गोल्डे, है ना? Just write down on the chat box the name of that lady if you are able to remember. Lady has given the interlink between the working woman and those who don't do the job or don't want to continue with their job. And the basic reason they have given that women itself don't want to compromise their families when it's come to the job. So this year UPSC will definitely ask you in your mains or prelims about this woman and working women and their employability, plus working women and the continuity with the job relationships. And if you wanted to make that relationship, you need to have these kind of schemes. Okay, National Credit Scheme. Now the scheme is named as Palan Scheme. Palna or Palan, whatever you say, is just name of the scheme. Okay, so they are increasing the number of schemes or number of crutches with the Anganwadi centers. It is linked with the Anganwadi centers. They are also saying that will increase the number of women in the Anganwadi center. The most beautiful part is they are saying we want even those who are domestic workers, those who are going for the low paid jobs like women, will also take the advantage of this crutch system and start giving basically enrolling their babies to these kind of schemes. Now, two benefits are there. One is of you are getting the time for your own work, financially helping independence, family system. Plus, your child will also grow very efficiently, or I'll say productivity. The productivity will come. Like your mental health will grow. Your child malnutrition will be less. Okay, because they will give you the food and everything. So let's talk about the nitty-gritty of Palna scheme, which can come in your prelims. So this scheme, as known, obviously come under the Ministry of Women and Child Development. Okay, it is launched in July 2022. As I told you, it's erstwhile. Because UPSC love to ask this kind of thing. What was erstwhile name of this scheme? It was National Crutch. सबको क्रच पता है ना? मैं assume कर रहा हूँ कि you guys know what is crutch is. Where you enroll or you give your babies or your kids to the ladies, and they will help them to nurture. Okay, for a time being, for the small babies, not the big one. Okay, then we have this. The government is the government has increased it to 7,000 centers. Okay, what they give daycare facilities. Daycare facilities with improved nutrition, as I told you. This is their aim. Plus physical, cognitive, social. Physical, cognitive, basically all your senses, nose, eyes, all these senses, social and emotional development. एक तीर से तीन चार निशाने कर रहे हैं ये, दो निशाने भी नहीं. एक निशाना हो गया वुमन, दूसरा निशाना हो गया चाइल्ड, तीसरा निशाना हो गया फैमिली, चौथा निशाना हो गया ओवरऑल आपकी सोसाइटी. तो ये बहुत सारे निशाने कर रहे हैं एक ही स्कीम से. ओके, देन as I told you, it is early stimulation is for children below 3 years of age. And then preschool education for those 3 to 6 years. And then 6 to 14, you have the compulsory education under the national guarantee education. Okay, under the Education Act. So it's a compulsory education given should be given to the students. Okay, as we have discussed also in the, I think 3 days back we have discussed about this, and because of this only the compulsory education, our enrollment ratio in the primary education is around 99%, 98.4% students are going in school because of these schemes. Oh, sorry. Oops. Sorry. Screen. Maybe was. Sorry. Sorry. Now, few more things. Few more things. Like, you only have to pay 20 rupees per child. That's it. The very negligible amount. Not too much. Okay. That's for per month. This for BPL families. Those who are well off, like above BPL families, but both parents are earning only till 12,000 rupees, then it will you have to pay 100 rupees per child. And if you are earning more than 12,000 rupees, both parents, like it will compute the salary of both the parents, then it will be around 200. Okay, more than. Less than, and BPL only 20, 100, 200. Okay, this is the amount they are charging for the day caring of the child. Simple. So we have done this, all these things. Now let's come to the last week topics. Okay, the revision, quick revision in 5 minutes only. Lot of. Okay, guys, what you can do is you can also ask me, sir, why don't we have covered that? Why don't we have covered that news? Okay, because a lot of people have this kind of issue ki why don't we have covered this news, that news, and why we are covering this news. See, the why we have covered this news, I have explained you. Okay, today the news was very light, so we have taken the best part of the news. If the news was very good, like in yesterday, the news were actually very good in terms of your current affairs, so we didn't take these kind of newses. But right now we have take those which can be understood from the point of view prelims and mains, a pointers of mains, not a complete mains. Okay, see, so this topic become very yes, golden, Claude golden. Nice Amod. So let's discuss about this also. This is the news. I think this is the. This is my channel. Okay, so here you will find that 19 December. We'll do from here only, na? Be easy to understand. Okay, so we have already discussed about the suspension of the MPs. In that day, I discussed about how MPs are suspended in the Lok Sabha as well as in the Rajya Sabha. Okay, I have told you the major things you have to consider in your mind whenever this suspension of MPs question come, whether they have named them or have suspended them. There's a difference between naming and suspension. Okay, and in this sponsored session, most of the MPs were basically suspended under the rule of 374 because they have suspended for the whole lot of session, not for the day sitting. Okay, so the whole session they have been suspended. So 374, where your house need a motion because the motion is raised by the ruling party or some or any person, and then people vote upon the motions, and if the motion is right, the person has to go out from the legislation. So in some cases, speaker can directly tell them to can directly suspend them without any motion, where we have discussed in rule number 374A as well as rule number 256 in case of Rajya Sabha. So we have discussed about the suspension and the articles about Article 122 and Article 118 about the suspension. And the same day we have discussed about the parliamentary productivity, that how it is important to make sure that 17th Lok Sabha will not become the worst Lok Sabha in the last 52 years, because the sitting is less than 271 sittings, as we have already discussed this. So you can go to that day video and just watch that video in 2x to understand that means point. And parliamentary productivity can become in your prelims as well. What was the parliamentary productivity of 16? This is a 17 Lok Sabha parliamentary productivity and everything. Then we have discussed about the Arctic research, because we already have the base station at the Arctic Reserve, which is known as Himadri. And in Antarctica, we have two. Name them the two base stations we have in Antarctica. Now we are only giving the first time expedition to the Antarctic Himadri Research Center in winters. We never went to the winters, but this time we are going to the winters with more research capacity of going for the radio frequency, understand the radio frequency, doing the glaciology, doing the atmospheric circulation because the climate change issues happening, as well as to mark that we are one of the developed countries, irrespective of having the not become the partner of the Arctic Council. We have done. You can also write on a chat box and think which of the countries are the members of the Arctic Council. Then we have discussed about the JNN 1.1. Now, when I have discussed this, the variant was under the variant under monitoring category. Now, this variant has come under variant under concern. Okay, so now that thing has been changed, because अभी जब भी कल को कोविड बन जाएगा तो फिर ये तो और ज्यादा हो जाएगा ना, पूरा कोविड वाला ही इसका सीन पूरा हो जाएगा. तो the categories can be changed. So we have discussed about this alpha variant, gamma variant, delta variant, omicron variant. Under omicron, we have discussed about the this Pirola variant, and under that Pirola, the JN.1 variant has came. So we have already discussed everything, and this is how UPSC is asked: alpha, beta, gamma. Not asked about the regulations, which people say मार्क्स लगा लो, ये कोई यूपीएससी नहीं पूछेगा. यूपीएससी पूछेगा वेरिएंट के नाम बताओ भाई, कौन से वेरिएंट पूछा है. And we have discussed about the WTO regulatory, and then we also discussed about the ED system, because UPSC is asking about the economic organizations, how ED work, what are the ED's importance in terms of the today's environment, in today's rates, because the rates done by the ED has increased 27 times. Okay. And what is punitive detention? We have discussed about that also. Punitive versus preventive detentions. Preventive detention, we have discussed about the TADA and your UPA, UPA, जो हम बोलते हैं, Unlawful Prevention Act. And then we have discussed about the Minakshi Lekhi judgment as well as A.K. Gopalan judgment. There we have talked about more from the mains point of view. One more thing we have discussed from the prelims point of view is the forest certification scheme, where they have done the greenwashing was done. They were doing the greenwashing, and these were the schemes, characteristics, why they have launched the schemes. The schemes is basically a voluntary scheme. Always remember, it is not a mandatory schemes. It is provide a market mechanism, a third party mechanism, and it is all this time it is available to the tree outside the forest as well. Okay, species mein we have discussed this basic species of your Himalayan polar bear and the pygmy hawk, and then we have stopped discussing the species. We find कि जो species current affairs में आएगी हम वही discuss करेंगे. Okay, and 20th December, quickly we'll move to the 20th December as well. In 20th December, sorry. in 20th December, we have discussed very good news. As I told, I really find this news important because see, whenever news came in the prime news, we discuss like this. We give GS2, GS3, GS4 kind of reference. Today was only a prelims based news, which we generally called as HYT, high yielding topics, extra marks. Okay, what is this high yielding topics? I already told you that news streaks, you will find 20 important topics, and those 20 important topics are basically a high yielding topic. That means most of the topics came 80% of the question came from that 20 topics. So we have made that 20 high yielding topics for you guys, and every day I update those topics. Okay, so now we have discussed about this Red Sea issue. We discussed about the who is Yemen Houthis. We discussed about the your counter attack by the USA, your Operation Prosperity Guardians. Now that day the number of nations joined the this operation was 10. Now it has reached to 20. We talked about the Houthis whole origin. We talked about the geography of the Red Sea. We talked about the economy of the Red Sea, why economy wise Red Sea was important. And then we have discussed the USA counter attack, USA as well as India. And India, we have discussed the INS Kochi, INS Kolkata, under which class. That means both are belong to the Kolkata class, made under the project 15A. We have discussed that also. And then we have understood this is not one thing India has done. India has lot of bases around the world, and these bases are known by these names. Okay, so basically India is right now in the fifth base, which is known as the PG पोक डेप बोलते हैं इसको. बाकी भी बहुत सारे bases हैं. You can see my that day news or video. You will able to find it. Then we have discussed about this extra borrowing. Today I talked about the borrowing. At that day we have talked about the extra borrowings or the regulation of borrowing. Why center is putting the limitation, under which act center has the regulation to put the limitation on the state, and well, state has to follow. So that quasi-federalism of a structure has been explained through this regulation of borrowing. And then we have understood about the what IMF told. You know, IMF ने आज बोला कि debt करो. IMF ने आज नहीं बोला. IMF ने उस दिन बोल दिया था कि India has only one concern, which is public debt remain only. All these in the yellow points are the positive points of India. All in the other points are the negative points of India. And then we have discussed about the flexible and fixed rate. We talked about this news article of education, where we have told to give the your suggestion and your answers on this topic. India's demographic dividend and digital dividend is compulsory is complementary to each other. Is demographic dividend or digital dividend is complementary to each other. So while discussing this topic, we have understood how the digital dividend is pushing our demographic dividend. Okay, for the extra marks topics, as I told you, high yielding topics, we have discussed about the AIF, alternative investment funds. We understood about the banking type of loans, what kind of secured loans or your NPAs, what are the kind of NPAs, how they differentiate, why is RBI tightening the norms. Okay, and then we have discussed about the place of worship act 1991, because of the Gyan Vapi, it was in news. So we have discussed all these things in the last in the 20th December, 2 days back. And I'll discuss the 21st. I will discuss, and 22 तो हमने कल ही करा था उसको. I won't go like this. And then in 21st December, we talked about the AI, where we have understood the AI mission, okay, AI strategy. And then we discussed about the GPU. GPU is the graphical processing units. You guys basically always forget to go into depth of your computer technology, and that's how you miss the UPSC questions as well. But I always think like in this manner that we need to understand this technology as well. So in that lecture, I have explained the GPU, plus I have given you the economic unit or organization, which is the Center for Development of Advanced Computing. We have discussed that also. We discussed the concept of greenwashing. Not only greenwashing, we discussed the concept of greenwashing, pink washing, blue washing, white washing, your health washing, ethical washing, your rainbow washing. And then disinflation. We have discussed very difficult topic. At that day, I find ki lot of people have a problem with the economics, because understand this how disinflation is paying the way of interest rate is very tricky one, but we try to discuss in that video. You can go and understand that video. And because we have to understand that disinflation, we understood all type of inflation, but it is disinflation, deflation, reflation, creeping inflation, walking inflation, running inflation, runway inflation, or stagflation. We also discussed about the economic activity index, because by analyzing this index only, RBI has come to this judgment that this can become. Okay, then we have discussed very important point. I'll just give the crux of that point. Whenever your price and quantity move in the same direction, that means you have a demand push inflation. Whenever your price and quantity go in reverse direction, that means you have a supply cost inflation. To understand this phenomena, go to that video and watch that video in 2x, and you'll find very interesting phenomena can become in your prelims very importantly. Then we have discussed about the LRS, because the percentage drop of LRS is 37% in a one single stock. If the revenue, if your scheme, if the remittance is cut by 37%, that scheme itself become very important, because that action by the government has become very important. So we have discussed that scheme, liberalized remittance scheme, which came into 2005, and what other changes government has done, we have discussed that also. And then we have discussed the security breach. Now you will understand how much we discuss in this few time. It's just today that we have very less topic, otherwise every day we have around 10 topics, 10, 7, 8, 9. These are the number of topics we have, and that good sense of topics, not like today's topic. That's why I told you to just wait and look at those topics we covered. And in this article, I personally say this is a complete article of the security breach happen in the parliament. Here you will find everything: the problems, the solution, the recommendations. Okay, nothing will go out of this. And this article is by nothing but no one as a Yashovardhan Azad. He's a former chairman of the security, so he knows in and out system very well. So the credibility of the article is very high. And then 22nd December, you already know we have discussed around 11 to 12 news. I won't, uh, you know, go and brief those things. But yes, we have discussed lot of things in the last week. So now, if you have any question, you can ask me. I'm there for it to help you. I'm definitely resolve all your doubts related to the newspaper. Okay, so those who are with me can say hi or say bye. So we'll close this session, or you can ask me anything. Thank you, Amod. You can go and just look at those good topics I've covered. Today's topics was very, when I was looking at those topics, I finding यार आज क्या पढ़ाना पड़ेगा, आज तो मजा ही नहीं है, आज बेचारों को सोने देते हैं. But I find no, हमें हमें रोज आना है. Some days we will revise like this. और हम सुबह 9:30 आएंगे ताकि हम 10:30 बजे तक फ्री हो जाएं. वो मत बनना कि आप 10 बजे उठ रहे हो, 10:30 बजे देख रहे हो, फिर 12 बजे अपना डे स्टार्ट कर रहे हो. Yes, Amod, I'm always open to suggestion, because we have just started it. We have to do lot of changes. Zoom session will be good, Gopi, but the problem is we have to make sure that this will reach to lot of students who are asking a good analysis. So that's why we have come it on the YouTube. But yes, if you are consistent with the live chats, if you are participating, then it will another look like a Zoom session only. But I really like the discussions, and your comments are coming on time. That actually motivates me, and push me as well. And that's why thank you so much for this. Yeah. Anybody, anything? So today we have Vaishnavi, Amod, Gopi, Priyanshu, Pranjali, Tejas. I remember this name, huh? We'll talk about this, Gopi. Can we do it Zoom Plus as well? So we will give you the Zoom link. Yes, Amod, very good suggestions. And we are about to do this. I feeling that we should meet at least 2 times in a day. One in the starting, okay, to start, to give us head start to your day with so much enthusiasm, with lot of linkages, so your brain will open. Okay, the brainstorming will happen. Then in the later part of the day or during the night at around 9 p.m. or around 9:30, we'll come and we'll revise everything once. Or we do some, PYQs, or we do something like giving your prelims based question based on today's topic. We can do that also. So we are thinking about those things. Let's see when this will happen. So definitely, we're gonna do this. So just be with me on my Telegram channel, or just be with me in my personal chats as well. So I will give you this information then when I'll be starting, because we are starting very soon. Because it's being only 1 week we have started this and these news things. So we have to correct lot of things. Even I have to become very friendly with the camera. So the things will become like more improvement will happen in the coming days. Great, guys. Great. Thank you so much, guys. We'll meet on Monday. Tomorrow is your holiday. Enjoy, revise. Revision is the key. And do look at the news trick, that Excel file, and do let me know how do you find it. How can we improve that? What are the things you want me to add upon those news tricks, so you can able to revise your whole high-yielding topics in one day, like schemes, like international organizations. Whole month in international organizations, you will revise in just 1 hour. This is what I want to do. Okay, so please give me your suggestion. We'll do that in the coming days. Okay, with this, thank you so much. We'll meet on Monday at same time, 9:30 sharp, and with same enthusiasm. Okay, let's bye. Thank you so much. Bye, guys.